Hi, preschool friends. How are you? It's Ellen from the library. But wait, I'm not at the library, and I'm not in your classroom. I'm at my house, just like you're at your house. And I'm so glad that I can tell you some stories today, even though we can't be together. So, let's start by wiggling our fingers. Can you wiggle your fingers like this? And then you can't see my toes, but wiggle your toes inside your shoes. And wiggle your shoulders like this. And now wiggle your nose. And all the wiggles are out of me. Shh. I'm as quiet as I can be. Now, you know, usually when I tell stories, I like to stand up. But I kind of have to sit down today because look what happens when I stand up. You can't see my head anymore. You can see my hands, but you can't see, and my arms, but you can't see me. So I'm just going to sit down, but uh-oh, look who's sitting here with me. It's a tickle monster. Have you ever seen a tickle monster before? Does he look scary to you? Well, you might look scary, tickle monster, but I'm not scared of you. I'm going to tickle your horns. Can you pretend you have horns? Tickle your horns. I'm going to tickle your horns. And then I'm going to tickle your arms. So can you tickle your arms? All over tickle your arms. And then if I tickle your arms, you can't grab me. Then I'm going to tickle your legs. Tickle your own legs. Can you tickle your legs? I'm going to tickle his legs. And if I tickle his legs, then he can't run after me. So I'm going to tickle his teeth. Can you tickle your teeth? Tickle, tickle, tickle. Tickle your teeth. Then you can't bite me. And then I'm going to tickle, I'm going to tickle your tummy. Tickle your tummy, tickle your tummy. Can you tickle your tummy? I'm going to tickle his tummy. And now he can't swallow me. And I'll tickle his ears. Tickle your ears. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Tickle his ears. And now he can't hear me. And if I tickle his nose, tickle your nose. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Tickle his nose. Well, then you can't smell me. And if I tickle your eyes, tickle, 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 tickle your eyes, then you can't see me. So, tickle monster, if I take away your head, he's gone. And he can't get me. And you better watch out, tickle monster. If you come back, I'll tickle you again. And look what the tickle monster turned into. His horns turned out into, is that the moon? That's right, that's the moon. And his legs and his arms, they turned into trees. And his tummy and his ears, what'd they get to be? Is that a house? It's a house. And look at his nose and his eyes. Now they're a car. Isn't that silly? And last but not least, his head. I think that's supposed to be a trailer that the car can pull. And away they go. And goodbye, tickle monster. Now let's read Where the Wild Things Are and find out what happens to Max when he and his mother get angry at each other. You know, right now when we're all at home with our families together, you have lots of feelings every day. Sometimes we feel mad, and sometimes we feel sad, and sometimes we feel scared. But I hope sometimes you feel happy and excited, and there's things that you enjoy every day. So here we go. Where the Wild Things Are. Story and Pictures by Maurice Sendak. Oh, and look, I think those are two of the wild things. I hope they're not too scary. The night that Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind. Look what he's doing. I think he's making a fort in his room. Made mischief of one kind and another. Oh no, can you see what he's doing there? He's chasing the dog. What a naughty boy he is. Well, his mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to bed without eating anything. Oh no, poor Max. That very night in Max's room, a forest grew. Can you see the big trees growing in his room? And grew. There's even more trees in his room. So many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 big trees growing in his bedroom. And grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. Look at that. He's got a jungle in his room. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day. There he is in his boat, and you know what? His boat's name is M-A-X, Max. And he sailed off in and out of weeks and almost over a year to where the wild things are. Looks like he came to the island, and when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars. Can you all roar? Roar! And gnash their terrible teeth. Let's all gnash our teeth. And roll their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. Can you show me your claws? Till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with the magic trick of staring into their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all, and made him king of all wild things. "And now," cried Max, "let the wild rumpus start." And the wild things, they brayed at the moon, and they jumped up and down and did a crazy dance and shrieked and screamed. They hung from the trees and swung from branch to branch. There was a huge parade honoring Max. He was king of the wild things after all. "Now stop," Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Then all around, from far away, across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go! We'll eat you up, we love you so." The wild things roared their terrible roars. Can you all roar? Roar! And gnashed their terrible teeth. Show me your teeth. And rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye. And he sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through a day and into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper, there's his supper, waiting for him, and it was still hot. And that's where the wild things are. Let's do Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. You ready? Get your twinkle fingers up. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, How I wonder what you are, up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Now, do you ever think about the fact that your feelings could be like colors? Dr. Seuss, in this book, My Many Colored Days, shows us how our feelings can be made into colors. My Many Colored Days. Some days are, what color is that? Is that yellow? Some days are blue. On different days, I'm different too. You'd be surprised how many ways I change on different colored days. On what color is that? Is that red? On bright red days, how good it feels to be a horse and kick my heels. And what about this? Is this blue? On other days, I'm other things. On bright blue days, I flap my wings. Can you pretend to flap your wings? I only have one wing with one hand. Some days, of course, feel sort of, is that brown? Then I feel slow and low down. So I guess he feels bad on a brown day, doesn't he? Then comes is that a yellow day? Then comes a yellow day and whee! I am a busy, buzzy bee. Can you go bzzz, bzzz, like a bee? Bzzz. Gray day. Everything is gray. I watch, but nothing moves today. Then all of a sudden, I'm a circus seal on my, what color is that? Is that orange? On my orange days, that's how I feel. Green days, deep, deep in the sea. Cool and quiet fish. Can you all go, shh, that's me. Uh-oh. On purple days, I'm sad. I groan. I drag my tail. I walk alone. But when my days are happy, pink, is that pink? It's great to jump and just not think. Then come my black days, mad and loud. I howl, I growl at every cloud. And then comes a mixed up day and wham! I don't know who or what I am. Do you ever have mixed up days where you have so many different feelings? But it all turns out all right, you see, and I go back to being me. My Many Colored Days by Dr. Seuss. Before we have our next book, let's sing Row, Row, Row Your Boat. Here you go. Get ready with your oars. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Okay, now let's go backwards, but go slow. So go row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Good job. Next, we're going to read The Feel-Good Book by Todd Parr. You know, it's important to think about things that make you feel good. So let's see how many of the things in this book you like. Giving a great big hug feels good. Can you give yourself a big hug or give somebody you're sitting with a great big hug? Eating carrots with a bunny feels good. Can you pretend you're eating a carrot? I've never eaten a carrot with a bunny though. Getting tickle feels good. So can you tickle yourself all over, or tickle somebody else if they're there to tickle. Crying when you're sad, it does feel good. Can you cry a little bit? Laughing out loud feels good. Ha ha ha. Oh, reading a book under a tree feels good. And look, can you tell who's reading that book? It's a little bookworm. Watching your grandpa and grandma dance feels good. Waiting for the tooth fairy feels good. Saying, I love you in sign language feels good. Let me show you how you do that. You go, I love you. Do you want to try that? Point to yourself. I, cross your arms, love you. Very good. Now you can say that to somebody you love at home. Playing under the sprinkler feels good. But wait, look at that picture. That's not a sprinkler. What is that? Is that an elephant? I've never been sprinkled by an elephant. Making a new friend feels good. Letting a kitten lick your fingers feels good. Have you ever done that? I think that a kitty's tongue feels kind of scratchy on your fingers. Brushing your teeth with strawberry toothpaste feels good. Can you pretend to brush your teeth? Good job. Taking a nap with a giant stuffed animal feels good. And you know what else? Just being together like you are with your family feels good. So that's the Feel Good Book by Todd Parr. Okay, so to finish our story time today, we're going to sing our favorite song, If You're Happy and You Know It. But this is a little different because in this one you sing, if you're happy and you know it, show a smile. If you're mad and you know it, you stamp your feet. If you're sad and you know it, you cry boo-hoo. If you're silly and you know it, you make a face. If you're scared and you know it, you shiver and shake. And then at the end, we'll shout hooray. So then you'll raise your arm up, okay? If you're happy and you know it, show a smile. If you're happy and you know it, show a smile. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, show a smile. If you're mad and you know it, stamp your feet. If you're mad and you know it, stamp your feet. If you're mad and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're mad and you know it, stamp your feet. If you're sad and you know it, cry boo-hoo. If you're sad and you know it, cry boo-hoo. If you're sad and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're sad and you know it, cry boo-hoo. Okay, make a face. If you're silly and you know it, make a face. If you're silly and you know it, make a face. If you're silly and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're silly and you know it, make a face. How about if you're scared? If you're scared and you know it, shiver and shake. If you're scared and you know it, shiver and shake. If you're scared and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're scared and you know it, shiver and shake. Okay, put your arm up, we're going to shout hooray. If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray, hooray! If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray, hooray! If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray, hooray! Good job! Thanks for watching Storytime with me today. And you take care, be good, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.